Hi guys, Happy New Year. We're going to be starting on our Unit 4 videos. I'm going to try to put up all the videos today. Might have to be till tomorrow. But all of our Unit 4 videos are going to be talking about measurement. And we're going to go into a little bit today just about what units of measurement we use when we measure things. From now on, I'm going to try to give you guys note sheets to work on. So you should know what to fill in. When you you're making a measurement when you do stuff like weigh yourself, check your weight, read your watch, take your temperature, weigh a cantaloupe, or anything else. Also, when you measure the distance between two things, you're measuring stuff. Measurement is going to be used in a lot of different ways this unit. So just understand that measurement is kind of a general term for what we're going to be doing. Okay, so just kind of think for a minute, name 3 measurements that you made today. So here are the standards of measure. When we measure, we use tools. Some tools that we could use would be like a thermometer, a clock, a scale, different tools to show us volume and capacity of liquids. We also use rulers, we use meter tapes, stuff like that. Okay? In every measurement, there has to be 2 things. You need to have a number followed by a unit from the measuring device. So the unit from the measuring device would be like degrees Celsius from a thermometer, or it could be like inches from a ruler. It could be pounds from a scale. Okay? So this is how we talk about measurement. We always have to have a number plus a unit. There's 2 different systems of measurement that we're going to use. And you need to know both of them. You don't need to be able to go between both of them, but you need to know both of them. The customary or U.S. system of measurement is only used in the United States. There's 2 other tiny little countries that use it. And with our system of measurement, it's really important to know fractions, especially fractions in the fourths, 1/4, 1/8, and the fourths, the eighths. And you really need to know thirds, too, when you start getting the length. The metric system is just a decimal system based on 10. It's used in almost every single country in the world. In the United States, it's mostly only used by like scientists and hospitals. You see it pop up every now and then, like if you hear me talking about running a 5K, that's 5 kilometers. That's a metric system measurement. All right, so here's just a couple of things you need to know. In the United States, the U.S. customary system starts really with inch is the smallest. You can go down to like 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever. But the inch is the smallest unit of length in the United States system. In 1 foot, there are 12 inches. In 1 yard, there is 3 feet. And in 1 mile, there are 5,280 feet. And this chart here is just going to kind of be important for you guys to memorize. The 1 foot, 12 inches, 1 yard, 3 feet, 1 mile, 5,280 feet is really just something you need to know. Same over here. This is our metric system. And like I said, you can see this a little bit easier. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, which is the same thing as 1,000 millimeters. You're just adding a 0 here, multiplying by 10. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, and 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. These are the basic ones you're really just going to have to memorize. We're going to practice them a lot, so it shouldn't be hard to memorize them. And then just go into length a little bit. When we measure length, we look at the distance between 2 points. I think there's going to be another video here on length, so we're going to get more into that in more detail later. But when we talk about 2 points, we can mean actually like 2 points. I could also mean like what's the distance between the point where your foot touches the ground and the tip of your head. That's 2 points. Okay. And remember, and look over here, we have our measurement expressed as a number and a unit. So 2 meters would be the height of someone, the distance between the bottom of their feet and the top of their head. The most common units for length are inch, foot, yard, and mile. And then the metric units, that's for U.S. units. For the metric units, the most common units of length are millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer. You're going to be responsible for knowing those 8 units. All right, so here, by the end of the unit, you'll be able to convert from inches to feet, feet to yards, and yards to miles. You're also going to be able to convert between millimeters, meters, centimeters, and kilometers. You should have a little bit of practice with that with Ms. Casey already, but we'll review it just slightly in my class. Here's a pretty good chart that you guys can look at about the different conversions. You can see 1 inch is the same thing as 12 inches. 1 inch is the smallest unit. Then when you go over here to 12 inches, that's when you get 1 foot. So it takes 12 inches to make 1 foot. When you're at 36 inches, you have 3 feet, which is the same thing as 1 yard. So everything in these columns are the same distance, the same length, but they are expressed differently. So 63,360 inches, same thing as 5,280 feet, 1,760 yards, 1 mile. Okay, so these are all the same, these are all the same, these are all the same, and then we have our 1 inch standard unit. Metric units down here, pretty easy with those. 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter, 100 centimeters is 1 meter, 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Alright, so you guys are going to be responsible for watching this video and just kind of getting the basic introduction, what we mean when we talk about measurement. I'm going to put up the rest of the videos for the unit. Feel free to watch them at your own pace. You will be responsible for watching them by a certain date, but it shouldn't be a problem. You guys should be able to get all of them done pretty quickly. Alright, y'all have a good new year. Enjoy the rest of your break if you're watching this before we come back to school. And if not, I am so glad to see you guys. I've missed you a lot over break.